3, 2, 1, go!
Match number 1 underway here in Elgin. First move on the Red Alliance comes from 10-4-1-5. That's Warbots winning Alliance at Deerfield. They get a specimen autonomously. That's 10 points now, 10 points in the transition to Teleop. Meanwhile, in the Blue Alliance net zone, Robotic Rams, they score their first sample up high, 8 points for the Blue Alliance. Just under 10 seconds remaining in auto so far. Warbots going for their 4th specimen. They're going to nail it for the Red Alliance.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Coming out of auto, we also saw LP Robotics from Chicago. They drop off 2 samples in the observation zone for the Blue Alliance and picked up the 3-point park. First moments of Teleop have the Red Alliance in the lead, 99-19. Over on Red, St. Francis Spartans Robotics, they are now hanging their first specimen on the high chamber, 10 more points for Red, while Warbots work out of the submersible. Looks like they're going to navigate themselves to be doing samples this match. They're typically a really strong specimen robot, but they are doing samples so that their alliance partner can work on specimens. Back over on Blue, we've got Rams in the net zone, another sample up top, 8 more points for the Blue Alliance, while LP plows a specimen back over to their observation zone. It looks like a little bit of a drop from LP. They're going to go back, try to recover. They do now have that specimen in their grasp. LP moves over, raises their arm up high. And Lincoln Park's going to get 10 more points for the Blue Alliance. They're back to that specimen on the playing field floor. Rams with what appears to be their 5th sample up top for the Blue Alliance with under 1 minute of match play remaining in qualification match number 1 here in Elgin. Red Alliance in the lead, 173-71. Another specimen up top for St. Francis Spartans Robotics. That is the 6th high chamber specimen for Red. And Warbots, they continue to work on samples. That top basket getting awfully full. Their 11th sample up there now with the final 30 seconds of the match underway. St. Francis go for another specimen. That one misses the chamber, hits the playing field floor, but first up off the ground will be Blue. Robotic Rams, a 15-point level 2 ascent for the Blue Alliance. 10 seconds remaining. LP looks to join them. Up off the ground is St. Francis. We're in the final moments of qualification match number 1. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like 30 points on both sides of the field. 2 ascents for each alliance, 15 points apiece.
The Red Alliance. So Solomon, match
2, 1, go. We're looking at qualification match number 10 over here on Solomon. Right away for the Red Alliance, Warbots plowing those preload samples into the observation zone for their team. Human player converts the samples into specimens. Specimen number 2 scored up top for Warbots and the Red Alliance. They've got 3. They're going to go back for their 4th. And let's see if Warbots can do a 5 specimen auto. They've got 5 seconds to make it happen. And Warbots, 50 points up top. That's going to be 100 on the transition.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Phenomenal work during auto on both sides of the field. The Blue Alliance also picked up 4 specimens during autonomous and plenty of samples up top. There's 4 in that high basket now. Spare Parts Robotics just added the 4th, the 5th coming up now out of that bright green robot. We see their 3D printed parts showing off their team brand. Spare Parts goes for the 6th sample up top for the Blue Alliance, while Technophobia, their alliance partner, works from the submersible zone. Technophobia on the intake. They extend their slides in and out from that submersible and then back into the body of their robot. They complete a handoff into a 3D printed bucket mechanism, it looks like, on a slide if they're going for samples, but they are focusing on specimens this match. So instead, they drop them off in the observation zone. Technophobia human player has the job of converting them into specimens and queuing them up on the playing field wall for that robot from 15005. Back over on Red, Got Robot works from the submersible zone on behalf of the Red Alliance. We've seen them work on samples this match, while their alliance partner Warbots continues to play the specimen game. We're coming down to the final 45 seconds of qualification match number 10. Blue Alliance in the lead, 195 to 174. Spare Parts Robotics and Technophobia continuing to try to keep ahead of red here. Another specimen, 6th landing for Technophobia, bringing their total to 6 specimens on high chamber. Here comes another for the Blue Alliance as we enter the final 20 seconds of match number 10. In the Ascent Zone, we do see Got Robot and Spare Parts. Both of those robots, though, continuing to focus on scoring pieces. And for the Red Alliance, Warbots trying to add their 12th specimen, if they can, with just 10 seconds remaining in the match. We're down now to the final 3, 2, 1, and Warbots level 2 ascent for the Red Alliance.
And the win will go to the Blue Alliance
Go!
with yet
All right, all 4 robots spring to action. They've all scored something onto the field now. Warbots working on setting up those specimens for the Blue Alliance. Wormgear Warriors scoring their 3rd and possibly 4th yellow sample into that high basket. Their alliance partner, Wildcat Robotics, they've got 1 red specimen scored. Howe had possession of 2 samples at that point in time.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Big score for the Blue Alliance with all of those specimens on that high chamber thanks to the Warbots. And now Howe is working on collecting and scoring those yellow samples all the way up in that high basket. Wormgear Warriors are doing the exact same thing for their alliance. They've already grabbed their 2nd yellow sample out of that submersible, and they're going on up there. Warbots working on stockpiling all those blue specimens for themselves. About 35 seconds so far in this match. Howe is going up and scoring again in their high basket. Wildcat Robotics working on moving around over by that observation zone. The Wormgear Warriors continue to work for the Red Alliance, scoring another yellow sample all the way up in that high basket. Howe collecting with their dual wheel intake from that submersible zone, trying to go and score. They're putting their samples into the net zone on the ground. Their alliance partner, Warbots, is placing and working on placing all of those specimens onto the high chamber. And just a bit earlier, they slid all of those specimens over to the far side of the chamber so they have a better shot at quickly scoring. Wormgear Warriors have already scored 12 yellow and red samples into their high basket, and they're working on doing more as we get into the last 30 seconds of the match. Their alliance partner, Wildcat Robotics, looks like they've decided to park their robot in the observation zone. Howe working on deploying their ascension mechanism. Their alliance partner, Warbots, lining themselves up. With just a few seconds left in the match, we're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of qualification match number 14 over on the Solomon division.
And we will begin this match in 3, 2, 1, go!
Autonomous once again on the Solomon division. All alliances racing around to score. Nyan going up with 2 high sample scores into that high basket, make it 3. Duct Tape and a Prayer cycling up into their own basket, 2 up there already. Those high samples are 8 points. 8 points additional if they remain at the end of the teleoperated period. 10 for 15. Warbots and Super Scream Bros both cycling onto their high chambers as time expires.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Drivers now take control. All 4 robots whizzing around the field, looking to work on their scoring. Nyan goes into that central zone looking to collect samples as they're cycling that high basket. We've seen them do that a lot today, and we know they're capable of it. They've hit numbers close to 20 samples up there in prior matches. Super Scream Bros competing with Nyan to try and get a sample out of the middle. They appear to be cycling that high basket rather than the high chamber. That chamber cycling for the Red Alliance going to Duct Tape and a Prayer, 51.99 out of Barrington. Blue Alliance 10-4-15 Warbots zipping around into their submersible zone, looking to collect a sample, shuttling it over to their observation zone so human player can make it into a specimen. They're building up a decent stockpile of those. There appear to be 4 sitting back there ready for scoring, on top of the 5 already scored. 60 seconds to go, already 224 to 219, a combined score well above 400 points. This is going to be an incredibly high-scoring match either way. 50 seconds to go. Blue Alliance looking to score more specimens onto their high chamber with 10-4-15 Warbots, dropping them off up there, 10 points apiece, plus any autonomous bonus points. Nyan still working on their high basket shuttling job with 10 samples scored up there. As we enter the final 30 seconds, teams need to start thinking about how they want to finish out this match. So far, they're prioritizing that scoring element work as Warbots goes up with even more specimens. Super Scream Bros over on red working on their own basket to counter work with Nyan. But there we go, robots in the air. Duct Tape and a Prayer is up. Nyan and their alliance partner already up. Super Scream Bros trying to join them as time expires.
We got the thumbs up. Solomon, match number 25 begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back from the lunch break. Hope you all ate well. It's time to watch some more robots. Already we have 2 samples going up for the Red Alliance coming from Null Pointer Exception. First sample going up for the Blue Alliance from Tekon 2.0. Looking to that central submersible structure, we have 2 specimens on the high chamber for each alliance. Now 3 thanks to 10-4-1-5 Warbots. Over on blue, Code Blue working on scoring their own specimens.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Autonomous period is now over. Robots working to go and score under their driver's control. First possible move towards scoring, we have Tekon 2.0 over by the Blue Alliance basket, and in their net zone, they pick one up off the floor, scored in the high basket. We appear to be having some technical difficulties for Code Blue. Thankfully, we do have FTAs who are able to help them and hopefully bring them back into this match, which they do. Code Blue moving once again. 27-9-71, that's Null Pointer Exception for the Red Alliance, pulling out from the submersible zone and dropping off samples in that high basket. Each of those is 8 points, and they've now got 7 of those up there, which should be 56, possibly now 64 points for that Red Alliance. All four robots in the central submersible zone. Now teams running away. 10-4-1-5, that's Warbots, working on pulling samples out and dropping them off in that observation zone. They already have 5, now 6 samples queued up, specimens with those clips attached by their human player. Looking back over to the Blue Alliance, they've just got their 3rd specimen up on high. 13-193 Code Blue working on cycling those. They have 4, going for a 5th. 45 seconds to go. Both alliances still working quickly on scoring. 16-2-77 Tekon 2.0, dropping off yet another sample in that high basket for their 6th. That's kind of been the strategy we've seen from these alliances, is having 1 robot do each. 30 seconds to go in this match. Both alliances cranking away. Red Alliance has 10 specimens, going for 11. 10 total now as 1 popped off right there. But teams still working. We are 15 seconds to go. Teams are starting to work on what they want to end off the match with. So far, that's been scoring elements and getting some final points there, but that changes as 10-4-1-5 Warbots ascends, joining their Blue Alliance as time expires.